We are presenting the Game Changer Leader Series in association with Pragati Leadership. The series is the first of its kind and we'll hope that you'll make the most of it. We have Mrs. Wakhlu. She has 28 years of experience in sectors like banking, finance, manufacturing, IT and ITES, insurance and hospitality. And this is across Asia, Europe, Africa and America. She's the author of Time and Life Management, co-founder director of Pragati Leadership, and the executive director of the Pragati Foundation. Anu is adept at facilitating organizational change and transformation, developing coaches and facilitators, and leadership development for top management teams. She's an Ashoka Fellow and is passionate about working on projects related to women's health, capacity building of NGOs, and creating partnerships between corporate NGO and NGOs. Welcome, Ms. Wakhlu. Our next speaker is Mr. Vivek Yatnalkar. He's a gold medalist in BE and MTech in Industrial Management from IIT Chennai, a much sought after facilitator and coach, currently serving as the CEO of Pragati Leadership. Vivek's training expertise covers a diverse set of areas for senior top management like leadership development programs, executive coaching, developing coaches, to name a few. He's a man of many talents, that's what we've heard, an avid magician, especially doling out tricks for his kids. Vivek is a theater artist, and his biggest passion lies in taking benefits of corporate training to families. He's also very active with social organization, Seva Sahyog, and is often invited to be a keynote speaker for a number of NGOs due to his ability to motivate the audience. We look forward to hearing you today. I would request Ms. Wakhlu and Mr. Yatnalkar to take center stage.
It's our privilege to be here. And MCCIA is one organization which has, I think, been serving the needs of SMEs for a very long time. And we are really, really happy and proud and delighted to be here with them for this event. So may I request us all to give a very big hand to MCCI for hosting this evening. It wouldn't have been possible without you all. Thank you for that. And of course, and thank you all for asking Vivek and me. We are going to be co-facilitating this session. So just to give you an idea of what we are planning to do is we'd like to set the context for what the entire leadership series is going to be. We'll look at what is, being a game changer. What does it really mean for all of us? Subsequently, we'll look at what coaching and what is the advantage of coaching versus many other things, and how does it help all of us who lead SMEs or work in SMEs. How can this be of benefit to you? And we hope to have time for a live coaching demonstration to give you an idea of the magic of coaching. We'd like to end with any question and answers, and I hope you have lots for us, and we would then conclude the evening. So this is by and large the lay of the land. Is that okay with everyone? Yes. Sounds good? Okay, great. So let me start, and what we'd like to do is just, again, okay, welcome once more. If you look at organizations in, big organizations, and many of us have worked in such big organizations, or some of them may be our clients, the city included. So I think when you look at all of them, they really, really look good as brand names. But if you really go ahead and look at current India and what we need to look at India, the interesting thing is large organizations such as the ones I showed you only are, they contribute only 10% of the GDP of our nation. And 90% of the GDP of our country, it comprises of people such as all of us who sit here, who may not be very well-known brands as of date, but we are contributing to the economic and the social development of our nation. I think many leaders in India, when you're looking at growth and you're looking at the current economic situation, I think large organizations have reached a limitation as to how much they can grow. And the future of our country, the future of employment, the future of innovation really lies in the hands of many, many people who are contributing, who have set up businesses, who hire local talents and are addressing local issues. But there are huge challenges in the economic environment that we are in. There are huge challenges in the political and social environment in which we all operate our businesses. And I think many of us, who run a unit locally or nationally, as it be, have to really look at how do we navigate these waters. What is it that we need to build within our own organization, the kind of resilience, the kind of energy, the kind of agility that will require us to navigate this. See, in the kind of environment we are in, the challenges definitely is the external environment, because the moment there is a fluctuation in the dollar rate, we are hit. The moment there is a change in any industrial policy, we are hit. We are dependent to some extent on large organizations to whom we might in turn be supplying some products. And if there is a problem in the growth of those organizations, we get hit. So our strategic direction sometimes needs to do a quick turnaround because of the external environment. So there are huge business challenges we all face. But one of the things that also has been highlighted by research and our own work with SMEs is that one area which we could say that can contribute a lot to the productivity of the sector we are in is this whole aspect of, are we doing things which are new? Are we reinventing ourselves? Are we choosing some different paradigms under which to work? As people who set up businesses and then continue those businesses, sometimes success that we have achieved itself becomes a trap. We start an enterprise, there are some teething troubles initially, it stabilizes and it starts growing. And because we are used to that growth and we get used to the set of conditions under which we work, very often we stay with those conditions. And that is why, as you can see here, it is, I think, talked about nationally also, that one of the very critical needs of, the sector we are in, beyond the others that I listed, which could be capital, which could be people, which could be, strategy, which could be new markets, is this whole aspect of how do we innovate, how do we create game-changing moves, how do we manage? We manage the external environment when we as an organization, a set of organization, as a sector, learn more than the rate of change. When we not just pick up best practices from others, but I think when we as an organization internally look at what do we need to do differently. Because learning is the only way in which we can change ourselves and go to a different league altogether. You're all in a session on game changing. So what do you understand by the word game changing? What's a game changing move?
A radical move.
A radical move, right. Any other thoughts?
I think a kind of a paradigm shift that you do, very long lasting.
Right.
It's a transformational kind of a change. Because your businesses are responding to the things which are happening in the environment, which are beyond your control. You're quite a view kind of an environment. So I think it would be more of a paradigm shift rather than radical change. Radical changes are very short term.
And the difference really, adding on to what you're saying, I think change is, when we say innovation or we talk Kaizen or we talk improvements, we are talking incremental changes, right? So there's an environment and we improve and modify it to make it a little better. I think if you really look at what paradigm shifts are, paradigm shifts or which contribute to game-changing moves usually mean that, I'm no longer thinking about my business and my growth in this direction. The direction I was used to, the business strategy I had earlier, the kind of people I had. I'm radically altering the way I'm looking at it. And one of the, let's say distinguishing features of a game changer organization or a game changer idea is that at the start, the idea actually seems very small. It's not like a huge radical movement right in the beginning. It's just a seemingly small idea, but a very, very different idea. And when that idea gets scaled up, it becomes the game changer. So for example, the whole aspect of sachet products, sachet shampoos, actually has really, really hit big FMCG markets because they've reached out to what is called as the bottom of the pyramid. See, a shampoo bottle on an average will cost us 150 to 200 rupees. But a sachet is for 1 rupee, 2 rupee. Very affordable. So this, for example, is a game-changing move. It's not an incremental improvement. It's a game-changing move. And today, we are going to really look at what does that really mean in the kind of sector we are in today. So my colleague Vivek will now just take us through a little experience in that. So be prepared for magic.
Before I hand over back to Anu to share what coaching and how does coaching connect with game changer, we'll do a small experiment. Right? When we were discussing, how is this game changer linked to coaching, and then the aha really came. The game changer always starts with the seemingly minuscule idea. At times in a company when we are doing brainstorming, seemingly ignored. Okay, any sports people in the room? Basketball, cricket, volleyball. Which games are? Football. Have you seen basketball? Yes, no? Yeah. So we're going to do a quick basketball demo. But all of you need to stand. So if you have laptops, palm tops, notebook, just keep it on the table. And if you do stand up, all of you please. You will sit down. Alright. So just find a partner standing next to you. You just turn to a partner. If you don't know partner, extend your hand and say, good evening, my name is so and so. Okay, one of you hold the ball in hand. So hold the imaginary ball. One of you, only one of you in the pair. And throw it to the partner on the count of 3. So one person has to throw and another person has to catch. Is that okay? Yes, no? Yes. Alright. 1, 2, 3. No, you got to say throw. Okay, again. Alright. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Throw. Okay, other person has to say catch. Please say that. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Throw. Super. Now other way. 1, 2, 3. Throw. Friends, this is called as direct pass. Say it again. Direct pass. Okay, now what is indirect pass? Okay, you bounce it on the ground. So you take the ball, you bounce it. Now since you have tables, you can bounce and then catch. Alright? So hold the ball. And just say bounce on the count of 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Bounce. Alright, again. 1, 2, 3. Bounce. Thank you so much. Have a seat. Alright. So typically, these are the 2 passes done in basketball. First one is which pass? Direct pass. Second is? The exercise which we are going to do needs an awareness or logic to count till 23. In series starting from 1. I'm going to show a video. It's a very small video, 27 seconds in one go. There are 2 teams who are playing the basketball. One is a white team and second is black team. Super duper. Open your notebooks and all of you have a working pen. You're going to count number of passes, both direct and indirect, done by only white team. Alright, answers are 33. Okay, let me start. Less than 50? How many, sir?
13, 1, 3.
1, 3 total direct indirect?
Yeah.
30. Okay. 1, 3.
1, 5.
1, 5. Okay. 15 to 20? Okay, how many, sir?
70.
70.
50.
50.
80.
80.
70.
70. 20.
16.
Was it the same movie we all saw? 7. Anybody above 20? Alright. So, due to time is limited, I agree, different eyes are watching different. Did you see anything else on the screen? Yes, sir.
There's a guy in a black bird suit.
There's a guy in a black bird suit.
Somebody in a black bird suit across the screen about half a minute.
Okay. Did you see that?
Okay.
Anybody saw what he's saying? Yeah, what did you see, sir?
The bear walking.
Bear walking.
A black
Bear. So, can you just keep your hand in there, the people who saw bear? 2, 3 people. 4, 5. Anybody else saw? So, 5 people in the room are lying. There's nothing, no bear in the. There was? Mr. Shani. I think it's Shani. Sure, there was a bear?
Yeah.
But there are, I don't know, 36 people in the room, they're saying they didn't see anything.
They're not sure. They're not saying we didn't see.
No, they didn't see. There was no bear, right? There was none. So, there was none, alright? So what I'm going to do is, same screenshot. Now please don't count the passes, in case you want to play the movie again. The moment if there's a bird, guy, girl or bear, just shout bear, bear. Is that okay? But please shout, right? Then I know. But how many of us saw bear?
I'm seeing it now, it wasn't there.
I agree with you, sir. I absolutely agree. There was no bear. These 5 gentlemen are lying. Or Nanda Kishore has made a different movie. Yeah, thank you, sir. Okay, let's clap for 5 guys who started. Okay, people who did not see, what's the message?
Keep your eyes open.
We are focusing on something else.
We are focusing on something. I'm not saying right and wrong. Yes? हाँ, yes ma'am, 20. क्या था? दूसरी बात क्या हो गया? Let's have honest reflection, right?
We
Yeah.
changed our focus.
Sorry?
Changed our focus.
Who changed? I.
I changed. Asking how many passes, the entire focus was just on counting it.
Who decided that?
That you decided and kind of gave it to everyone.
There are 3 people we blame. Please remember. Who's the first one?
The
Government, I'll give you tips. Number 2.
You.
Environment.
No, mother-in-law. Number 1. The boss. And now the 4th one, the trainer. So the Vivek standing on the stage asked us to focus on counting balls. And how do I focus? Like an Arjuna, right? Straight there. What we're trying to share in the Game Changer series, and before I hand over back to Anu on sharing with us what coaching is all about, we deeply believe, and that's the truth at times, the game-changing moves or whatever we need to do is right there. It is really, can my mind conceive it is possible? As a magician, me and my friend, we both levitate in the air. But the moment I do magic tricks in front of adults, Rasti Vanda Rega. So suddenly our mind starts saying no to what is possible. We do session on possibility thinking, right? Coaching is a tool or art, and I'm going to describe, just to make you see what is there in front of your eyes. And let me say, seemingly minuscule to begin with. But the impact, game changer. I'm sure you have heard this French fry story, Burger King, McDonald's. Have you heard this? There was, what was the story, ma'am?
Regarding how it started?
Yeah, no, French fries. How did they double or triple their sale with French fries? So initially, nobody used to buy French fries. So they say, what's the issue? What's the issue with French fries? They say, no, French fries is good. Why people are not buying it? And one guy said, why we are not asking them? So what should we do? Ask. So now if you go to McDonald's, what do they say? Sir, would you like to have French fries? What does the guy say?
Yeah.
Okay. Another example, toothpaste. The volume sale was less. What was the solution? Have you heard the story? Yeah. What did they do? That's it. Now where are the car? Which channel shows the car ads? Do you know? Maximum? Pogo, Cartoon Network. Why? They are the one who influence. Seemingly simple idea. I just want to share with you. It's right in front of your eyes. The coach, just why do we think we are focused? But our role as a coach, as a sounding board, as a coaching, as a tool, I'm going to share, just to bring, and suddenly there's Is that okay? Gorilla represents 2 things in life, and I'm going to hand over on. We call one opportunity gorillas. Anyone want to make a note of these 2 words? Very powerful. In personal life, professional life, there are opportunity gorillas and there are threat gorillas. We all need to have eyes open to spot both of them. Yeah? It could be game changer for me, it could be game changer for Sharmaji. Next step. Is that okay? So before we go on coaching context, the conversation today is, can I first start spotting baby gorilla? And if time permitting, we're going to do a demo of it, how one can spot a baby gorilla. Is that okay? Thank you. So Anup, over to you.
Now let's try to look at if these are the hidden opportunities. Now, where does coaching really come in? Coaching is one word that we use very casually, because we are used to being coached by everybody. So coaching is not about telling people what to do. Coaching is not giving advice. Coaching is not helping you to be better. Coaching is about unlocking a person's capacity and potential to think for himself, to grow himself and grow his business. That's what coaching is about. It is, in a sense, uncovering the potential that exists in each one of us to radically look at business, look at life in different ways. So in a way, I would say uncovering the gorilla which is within us, the gorilla of new ideas, the gorilla of being able to do things differently. That's what coaching is all about. The magic of the coaching is that you just unveil, you just uncover sometimes the blocks in thinking, sometimes the blocks in seeing possibilities, and help the person to see what could be a game-changing move. And coaching is really the sweet space between leadership and learning. Now, there are many kinds of coaching. There is life coaching, there is career coaching, there is skill coaching, competency-based coaching. But the coaching that we are going to talk about right now and around which you see a demo is what we call as executive coaching. In a study which was done fairly recently, what was observed was that when you measure impact, and as businessmen we want to show that wherever we have put our investment, is there a ROI on it. Improvement in business performance, improvement in interpersonal skills, improvement in the way you are running your business. End of the day, it is about enabling people to see something that is not visible to them. And the coach provides a framework, the coach asks the question. In a sense, a coach is like, almost like a, we say the word like a midwife, like a facilitator you use. Yeah. So a coach is somebody who walks with you as you make the transition to a different phase in your life, to a different stage in your professional career, to a different phase in your business. He's not a person who stands on the stage and gives you lectures like I'm doing right now. Yeah? So that's the difference, because as CEOs of your businesses, very often there's no one else you can kind of cross-sell or cross-talk about your ideas to. And that is the space in which coaching can really help you and your team to make the transition to the new level. What I'm going to do at this time is request Vivek to come in and look at anybody who would like to be coached right now.
Alright, thank you. Before we do that, looks like there are few people who have either studied coaching or they have experienced coaching. So may I know those people? Okay. One of the offer we have is, and I have experienced when I went for my certification and when I do create the coaches class, is you yourself experiencing the power of coaching. It's like, I try to explain that's how honey tastes. But if I give you a drop on your tongue, that's how honey is all about, right? So today we thought we could invest, say, 20-25 minutes. In a regular life when we coach, it's like 1.5 hour session. But we'll try to give you a glimpse, if you are ready, a glimpse of 30 minutes में coaching में क्या हो सकता है. And it's a one way of multi-million way. And I'm going to attempt a demo here. The coaching typically used in a professional life is a series of 15 classes, 1.5 hours each, happens in private. Currently we are doing a public demo, so obviously we are going to promise saying whatever happens here. You don't go out and share, hey, ये coaching पे बैठा था, इसको ये problem है. We are not doing that, going outside. So if one of you is willing, come on the stage with one of the real issue which is bothering you, the things which are not working the way you would like to have, personal issue, professional issue, and allow me to ask a few questions. So let's clap for him. Absolutely. So good evening, Dhruv. Good evening. My name is Vivek. Glad to, and thank you so much for volunteering. So before we start coaching, Dhruv, why don't you tell me something about yourself?
Okay. I'm 27 years old.
Okay.
We run a business. It's a family business.
All right.
We are in the
Tell me something about your hobbies and what do you do
Sure.
in spare time.
I have actually, as a hobby, I play a lot of football.
All right.
I-
Super awesome. Looks like a multifaceted personality. Very nice. On a personal front, can you share more about your family? So, Dhruv, we got around 25 minutes to go now.
Sure.
So, what is it that you would like to discuss?
We are a small scale business, and I feel that we can break out into a much larger scale. We've got.
So, the analogy comes to my mind is, there's the company is running for a while and there's new blood comes in
Correct.
with a new perspective, has seen a couple of new gorillas,
Yeah.
but the old people say no gorilla.
Exactly. That's pretty much it.
All right. So, end of the 30th minute conversation, what are the one or two things you would like to take away with you? So, out of two, taking 2 steps towards making it large scale and motivation, since the time is limited, which one would you like to take? So, this idea of going to large scale, so small scale and large scale, on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you stand today? So, on one extreme is a like smallest scale, and on the right extreme is a largest scale.
Largest scale.
And with whatever we are discussing and coaching and all, where would you like to go? So, I'm going to ask you 2 set of factors, right?
Sure.
On which you will say, Vivek, these are the factors which contribute to make me remaining on point 1, and these are the factors which are going to help me to go to 2. So what could be those factors? Yeah. It's like, again, also you're driving the car and you look at only rear view mirror,
Yeah.
not really focusing ahead, right? And second one, you says, we feel we can do everything on our own.
Yeah.
We don't need external help. Can you just give me 1 or 2 examples of that? What do you mean by that?
So, for example, let's say we've got a machine, and the machine breaks down.
And just to reconfirm, why is that person, since you sitting here seems to be able to see that, why is that person who's inside the company not able to see that? Instead of me repairing machine, I should go out and I should actually spend time in enhancing skills. Okay. So you're saying the team has more of a cost saving focus than the revenue focus. Okay. Beautiful. So coming back, this approach people have, focus more on cost saving and not the revenue focus.
Yeah.
What are the 1 or 2 things you can do to actually give them this focus? Hey guys, cost saving is not used, but revenue focus is required.
I think one would be actually work out a cost of their own time.
So, okay. So might be, you do calculation and show him the opportunity cost. That's one. So we got 2 solutions. One is you do the opportunity costing, show them the costing, actually force your decision, show them the benefit. What else can be done? Super. And out of this 4, assuming, either you show them the opportunity cost, force your decision, let them calculate the cost, or talk to somebody who's, large scale. What potential changes do you see happening in your company? And out of this 4, which one have you already implemented in your company? So I'll look forward to your either SMS or email when you take an action, and let's be in touch. Yeah. So from my company, all the best to you, Dhruv.
Thank you all.
Thank you so much. Let's clap for Dhruv. Wow. Thank you. I'm just sharing the professional context. How does it happen? Whenever a customer approaches us saying, we would like to go coaching, we do ask that each coachee has to have an internal stakeholder or a mentor, right? We mandatorily do an internal 360 degree based on his learning needs. We also do personality assessment. As a matter of fact, what Dhruv said, we have an exact replica of one of our customers. As a matter of fact, I'm just drawing analogy and I can't share many details. 3 of their senior managers have resigned after this junior owner has stepped in and was saying. And that's the reason. And actually he knows that I am the part of the problem and I have to change. And he's willing to go and say sorry to the senior, saying sorry, I have rubbed you on the wrong side, but now I'm willing to change. Would you be willing to give me extra chance? And for him to move from aggression to us, like he, again, very foreign se pad ke aaye, aggressive style, do it. No, India connections are CPU pe pair rakhte hain. If you've been to US, they put their foot on the chair and tie shoes. We don't put that. We clean it. हम कंप्यूटर की पूजा करते हैं ना दशहरा. Yes, no. They keep their legs on the CPU. No, so this would take time. So we do 360 degree. After 3 sessions and 4 sessions, there is a review meeting. कि गाड़ी सही रास्ते पे चल रही है नहीं चल रही. Yeah.
So there is a little bit, I won't call it due diligence, but we do get feedback about how other people also see the person who's being coached. I think it's important to do that, and thank you for bringing that very valid point.
So formally we have opened, I guess, for Q&A. So any more questions before we?
Question, comments, anything? Yeah. And anyway, you've got lots of ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said you have a team of 12, 13 coaches.
Yeah.
So, which coach you assign to which customer, which type of customer? Is there a methodology behind it? Or?
I'll want you to comment on that.
Yeah, to some extent, yes, because even though coaching is irrespective of, because you're not consultant, you're not going as a subject matter expert. But we do find that if you're working with a manufacturing client, a coach who's had manufacturing experience is more acceptable, if I may use the word, to the coaches. So that helps when they feel okay. जानता है मेरी दुनिया के बारे में. Though he may not talk about the dunya. So I think we try to match. We also try to do a personality match. So for example, if the person is very extroverted, then the coach who has the same kind of style will, it's like a mirroring. So that's what.
If I may add, we also do chemistry. Sorry, I'll just respond. We also do chemistry meeting. In a very raw word, मुंह दिखाने का, लड़की दिखाने का program है. In coaching is very crucial. See, the coaches at times share so many things their partners don't know. It's quite intense conversation. So we do that also. So whether your DNAs are matching ki nahi.
Thank you very much. We really enjoyed the interaction, and over to you.
Thank you, Ms. Wakhlu and Vivek. It was a wonderful session. So the question now is, are you going to be the game changer for your organization? Yes? Good. So on behalf of MCCIA, I thank you, Ms. Wakhlu and Vivek, for this great session. I also thank all of you for taking out time and attending this, making this a successful event. Yes, a big, huge round of applause.